the issue of, not UBI, because UBI is a bad idea. But then when you sit there and describe getting rid of FICA and just giving people, whatever a month, that's okay. And I really don't understand. I mean, I don't understand why.
When do you get Social Security?
Well, 65 now.
Okay. When do you get a UBI?
Well, we don't. But
let's say in your ideal world, when do you get a UBI?
18. Let's say it was 18.
Okay.
And this isn't my ideal world, by the way. Just I'm prefacing that with we're talking theoretically.
Sure, absolutely. So what happens now? Now you've got 350 million people that get $1,000 a month. That's status quo. It's done nothing. The inflation on that alone, just because of cost resets, that in and of itself, you watched what happened during the pandemic. The minute they thought you and I got a nickel out of the system, what did they do? They gouged the living shit out of it. So without price controls and price caps and ensuring that the shelves are stocked and that there's toilet paper for purchase, without ensuring that you have enough fuel in the economy, whether that be gas or solar or whatever, these things, all of a sudden it goes up. Without production, there is nothing. So this is why we would talk about a federal job guarantee, because part of what Greenspan said and what part of what Ray said is to ensure that the real resources are there. If you're just looking at retiree benefits and people who are indigent or are handicapable or otherwise abled or whatever, and providing that, that's a whole big different deal than a UBI. And so when you think about how do you ensure that the real resources, everything you want and need for 350 million people is there, when many of those people are no longer working and producing anything, you sure as hell better hope the robots have taken over society. We ain't anywhere near that. So the idea of ensuring that we've got the real resources for purchase, that's the key from both Greenspan, the neoliberal, and Randall Ray, the god of economics. So you put the two together and you've got the same answer, which is terrifying, actually, but it's true.
All right. So you're going to get the argument back from the conservative side regarding inflation. So there's obviously multiple places that one can point the finger right now regarding why it's been so out of control. And we probably can't even begin to unravel just
I could get it quick. I can nail it quick for you. You want me to give you the quick?
There's a lot of it is price gouging things to me. Like people are out of control right now and they're using this as an excuse.
Sure.
You've got two types of cost increases that go on in society. One is what we call a relative value story, which is where certain prices go up because of supply chain issues or because they pay their employees more and they're trying to get a different price point, whatever. That's not inflation. That's called a relative value story. Inflation only comes when the federal government pays the inflated price. Because the federal government being the currency issuer and the money monopolist, it alone sets the price by what it pays for that first dollar when it spends it into existence. So if it tells you that we have a job guarantee that we pay $30 an hour plus benefits, it has set the de facto standard, the labor standard with the job guarantee. That is that first dollar spent on the labor person, whatever it is. So if you want to set labor at $30 an hour, $20 an hour, $15 an hour, whatever it is, that's the de facto, that's the price set. And that's what we call a nominal price anchor. And that right there, by setting the labor standard to the job guarantee dollars, now you have something to peg off of to as the price setter, because the Federal Reserve has a dual mandate: full employment, which is a joke, and price stability, which is another joke. Because in order to have price stability, the only tool in their tool shed is to raise interest rates. That's the only tool they have. They have no other ability. The only people that have the ability is Congress. And if you were a Congress critter up there in Capitol Hill, this would be in your lap. This would be your responsibility to manage and to talk in those back rooms about this stuff and bring these things up. And so as you think about it, inflation is not something that happens because of, bread went up. Inflation is something when the federal government sets the new price by paying the higher price. Now it has created inflation. That is how inflation occurs. You see, gas prices are coming down right now. Why are they coming down? Because there was a relative value story there. There was a shortage. And the shortage has been adjusted. Now you're seeing prices slowly but surely come back down. Okay. But they would raise rates, they would raise prices on gas until the economy collapses on itself, because that's what capitalism does. It wants to get every penny it can get out of any situation. So if it knows, there's people do huge marketing research on how much disposable income does every household have. Okay. And then they go in there and they do their 4 Ps of marketing and try and set their price according to what they think their piece of the pie of that disposable income is. Okay. And so ultimately, in the end, yeah, and absolutely, I love this. This raising interest rates increases the cost of everything, which is by definition of inflation. Yes, because the interest rates are part of the government sector. Yes, the interest rates are a payment that raises the cost of everything. So yes, you're absolutely right. That is straight out of Warren Mosler's textbook. He would tell you that too. So good job, old and grumpy.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.